Namaste Krishna Rao garu. Welcome to IYR Talks English edition. In this edition, I just want you to give your reflexes on the recent episode what we have seen in newspapers of the IndiGo Delhi, Srinagar flight, which has going there, but because of the turbulence in the climate, and then it's thought for landing in the Lahore airport, and they tried to contact ATC and all that, but without any impact on human considerations of about 227 members, including some of the I think prominent leaders of TMC, Trinamool Congress leaders are also there. They have totally rejected that, and kudos to the pilot. He has safely navigated that, and we have seen through the newspapers the photographs and all that, the severity of the turbulence because of that you call ice cubes or whatever coming and splashing, hailstorm, the thing, and then getting broken and all that, and ultimately a safe landing to the grace of God. And but one thing is, the whole world should condemn such attitudes that in case of difficulties, we may have differences, we may have disputes and all that, but when it comes to the question of saving the lives of people, about 227 people, I think the act of Pakistan people in not giving permission for the flight to land, if that be the case, which has happened to a Pakistan flight, Indian government not do, the whole world would have cried a lot and would have condemned the act. But here everybody is very cool and all that, I think, but as true citizens of India, I think we should condemn the act of not permitting the Pakistan in giving an emergency landing for this IndiGo flight. So I think we need to look into the environmental factors, means like the climatic conditions also before taking and takeoff, and how in this sort of areas how to operate the flights are also is very, very important. So can you just give your little reflections on this total episode?
Let's look from the other side. If Pakistani International Airlines, I think it's known as PIA, was in a similar position, stuck in a thunderstorm, and request the Indian authorities for clearance to use Indian airspace to travel to whichever is the place, Lahore or whatever, would Indian authorities have denied that permission? And if they have denied it, we as citizens of India, we would have appreciated it or condemned it. My hunch, if there was such a request from Pakistani side, Indian authorities would have automatically given them the necessary clearance to use the Indian airspace. I mean, even in, after all, it's a question of, it's a civil aircraft. So there's no problem. Actually, it's not a military aircraft. That much is very, very clear. So they would have given it. That shows the inhuman mentality of a nation. That's all what I would say. Because I've been seeing some posts of Pakistanis on this and some comments there. The Hindus deserve it. We should not do such thing for Hindus. What sort of animals are these people? That's the only way we can describe these fellows. It's not something, I mean, new. The birth of that nation itself gives an inhuman feeling, because the way Jinnah has severed that part from India on the theory of one nation, and the amount of a separate nation, and the amount of blood they have shed to, of minorities in those areas to create that country. I mean, even their own leaders giving calls for direct action and killing of the minorities. No wonder the behavior of these fellows is like this. I mean, absolute thuggery, nothing less than that. I mean, there's no way one can condemn such an inhuman act of that country. I mean, after all, they should have allowed it, because what was at stake is 250, 270 passengers. But to expect that from a nation, sick nation like that is also too much, because if it is a nation which has some human values, will they send fellows like Khammam and others who came to Bombay and made all that killings? Or will they encourage fellows like the terrorists who have killed people in Pahalgam? So I think it's a sick nation, and that sick nation is reflected in every aspect, including this denying of permission for Indian aircraft to use the Pakistani airspace. That's one thing. Second, they keep on harping on the keeping in abeyance of Indus Water Treaty. Actually, Indus Water Treaty is kept in abeyance to get them round for renegotiation, not so much as to deny water to them, because the way it has been entered into by Nehru was very, very generous to them and to the detriment of Indian interests. So they want to renegotiate the thing, and that's why it has been kept in abeyance. So to compare this with that is ridiculous. But this is a very, very inhuman, and I mean, no civilized country can accept this type of an attitude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the input what you have given on this particular subject.